Greetings everyone, my name is Resh Ramasamy. I am a university lecturer, a PhD student, a published author and a developmental educator. Vlog 10 is devoted towards the Black Lives Matter movement and it's particularly pitched towards white folks. I want to begin this vlog by saying a big thank you to my white friends, and that includes my best friend who happens to be white, for investing time, efforts and energies in reflecting and understanding the underpinnings of the Black Lives Matter movement. Thank you all. We are so touched and blessed to have you in our lives. As you all would have witnessed, there is an abundance of information depicted in the media, but there's also an emerging trend that is worth acknowledging. And this trend derives from the white folks themselves, not all, but some white folks. And the trend are as follows. White folks have been perceiving the Black Lives Matter movements as a personal attack to them, and they have then proceeded to defend themselves in the way they see fit. White folks have also been seen going out of their way to provide an alternative narrative that is centered around all lives matter, white lives matter, hatred speech, but fundamentally to create more divide, chaos, turbulence and polarization. Some white folks have also tried to challenge me to say all lives matter, don't use the word black or colored, use human race. I'm not stupid. I hear you. There is a thing called context, my darlings. When you prostitute the context, we lose its purpose and meaning. Let's not prostitute the context. Let's keep it in context. We are currently discussing an issue that is affecting colored people, so we need to use the right terminology. Would you call an apple an orange, or would you call an apple a fruit? It's the same analogy here. Let's not complicate things. Yes, we understand we are one human race, but at this very moment, white folks, there is a problem. We must address the essence and the entirety of the problem and where it's stemming from. On behalf of my brown brothers and sisters, and that encapsulates ethnic minorities and people of color, please allow me to illuminate on this very issue, and I hope you learn something from it. White folks, we get it. I get it. We appreciate and acknowledge that all lives matter, and that also encapsulates animals as well. As colored people, it is deep within our culture and tradition. It's embedded in our culture to embrace and to enact unity. We spend so much time and we devote so much time to family. That includes our biological family, but also our extended family, like you guys, the white folks as well. We grow up in big family homes. Our parents and grandparents stay in our house until their very last day. We are not denying the fact that there are people of color who are despicable out there within society, creating turbulence, chaos and disruption. I concur with you white folks and my brown brothers and sisters. We know that, we can see it. I don't need to look far, but within my own Indian community, where colorism is a colossal issue, it is damaging and destroying the lives of Indian people who are born darker, who are born chocolate like me. I acknowledge that there is good, the bad, and the ugly within human race. I get that. We as colored people, however, have experienced and continue to experience and endure unprecedented levels of oppression and subjugation. Now, if I only told you or shared with you a snippet of my life, that is centered around racism, the experiences of racism within school settings, education settings, workplaces, and the list goes on, at the different environmental systems, at the micro, meso, macro, chrono, and exo level systems, you will all be completely lost for words. But I don't complain and I keep going. When I have lodged a formal complaint or an informal complaint, or brought this issue of racism to the attention of my manager, who happens to be white, the issue gets dismissed, or it is portrayed that I am the problem maker and therefore they need to sack me or give me less work. The time has come to bring the subdued voices, the subdued and underexplored narratives to the shore, to the forefront of knowledge, awareness, and production. I condone violence, period. I will never be seen supporting such an initiative. I, however, promote and support communication, reflection, acknowledgement, and the sharing of knowledge with other human beings. And this brings me to the next comment, where for some of our colored brothers and sisters out there, they've experienced a profound loss in the form of intergenerational trauma and disenfranchised grief, where they have been scarred for lives, which renders them to behave in an uncivilized fashion. It's absolutely not okay and not right. But if you understand mental health issues, or if you have a family member or a client you're working with who is combating mental illness, you will get my comment right now. This will all make sense to you. Equally, I also acknowledge that some of the demonstrators have exploited and damaged the very purpose of the Black Lives Matter movements due to their own self-interest and agendas. Those people do not represent me and my beautiful brown brothers and sisters. We do things with dignity and class. As people of color, we're not wanting further polarization and divide. We are wanting you to understand, however, the perpetuation of a standalone matter that has continued to damage and debilitate the lives of colored people locally and internationally. The Black Lives Matter movement is an existing issue. It's not now, it has been there for a long time. Racism is embedded within social systems at the different environmental levels. Acknowledge that. Do not dismiss that. White folks, we want you to give this some conscious thought and act on it. Most of you have seen the glamorous Rushman on Facebook and Instagram purporting himself to be a Bollywood superstar. But not many have seen the Rushman who's suffering or who has suffered internally due to racism. The only difference now is with my education and ongoing development and training, I've been able to use my voice to lobby for injustices. Prior to all of this, I was afraid to speak up. I silenced myself and experienced what you call as internalized racism. I formed a sense of self-hatred. I was afraid to speak up because I was afraid of being bashed, being attacked, being killed, or being bullied. I kept quiet. I want to say a big thank you, white folks, for watching this vlog, for taking the time to listen to my narrative. I want to also thank my beautiful brown brothers and sisters out there who are doing a stellar job in promoting awareness and also educating people about the movement with dignity and class. That matters to me. That aligns with my life principles. Integrity all the way, baby. Please feel free to share the video with your friends and family members. Onwards and upwards. Love you all, Rish.